Hello, my name is Key, and this is 5 suggestions for players that are going to be completely new going into Classic WoW. Number 1. I would get professions ASAP. I would focus on gathering professions mainly to help get money as you progress and you level towards getting your mount and endgame. And then you also have the option of getting your main profession so you can progress while you level. Now, what I truly recommend is you'll be about level 5 or so. You'll be finished with the starting area, not the starting zone. You'll finish the starting area, and then you should have about, I would say, 2 to 4 silver. Ideally, you want to have close to, I would say 3 or 4 silver ideally, and then go and get your professions. Now, what I recommend is you want to get gathering professions, especially if you want to make money right off the bat. Now, you have to be somewhat quick about this because now that we're not quite at release anymore, it is going to be a bit delayed in terms of the amount of gold income and whatnot you'll get through leveling. But I would recommend probably picking up skinning, definitely, because there's going to be all kinds of things to skin as you level. And then I would probably pick up some kind of other gathering profession, unless you want to already pick up some kind of main profession if you already have a goal set in mind. But personally, I would recommend picking up skinning and one other gathering profession. To get your professions, you're going to need a little silver, as I mentioned. For herbalism, I believe it's going to be 5 silver because you don't need anything else. You can just go around and pick up herbs. But I believe for skinning and mining, you only need, I would say, bring about 2 silver because you have to buy the profession and you have to buy the tools, either the skinning knife for skinning or the mining pick for mining. And then once you have those, you'll be able to start making your money. And then again, skinning is going to be the most profitable way. What I recommend with skinning is that you want to skin everything you can while you level. Your skinning is probably going to outlevel your self-leveling, but you'll be able to make all kinds of money. And then what I recommend, especially early on in lower levels, just vendor it. I would say only hang on to definitely heavy leather plus, and then you can sell that on the auction house. Number 2, rest in inns. Now, to determine if you're inside of an inn or not, you'll see the Z's show up normally where your level is in the top left corner by your character panel. Now, this will indicate that you'll be able to receive sleep or rested bonus, as a lot of people reference it as. And what this does is it will change your leveling bar from purple to blue, and it'll just speed up your leveling process quite a bit. I would even possibly recommend running into an inn for a few minutes before you turn in all your quests in town, if the town has an inn, which in most cases it will. And then this will help not only get more XP from quests, but it will speed things up altogether. It's a big bonus to your leveling experience and will definitely speed things up in the long run. Number 3, dungeons. Just get in there and do some dungeons. I know it may seem a little overwhelming at first, or daunting as a new player if you're completely new, but the easiest way is, if you have friends, group up with them, even go into trade chat in one of the major cities, and then look for more. You can do it as simple as just going to where the dungeon is as well, and then just start talking either in general, or hey, you could even start yelling in front of the dungeon looking for more, and then depending on what you're looking for. Now, a group normally consists of 1 tank, 1 healer, and 3 DPS. Of course, the traditional RPG group. Now, the biggest thing for doing the dungeons, the biggest benefit you'll get out of all of this, is better gear. That, and then completing the quests for the dungeons. The quests will not only give you a lot of experience, but then stack that with the gear. After you do, definitely by the time you run 2 or 3 runs, you should have you know, nice, definitely better upgrades in terms of greens, and then possibly definitely even some blues. So I would definitely recommend running some dungeons as you level, because it'll help speed things up. You'll not only do better damage, you'll live longer, you'll be able to complete the quests quicker. It's well worth your time. There are 2 dungeons you can run starting out. As soon as you hit either level 14, you can run RFC if you're Horde, and then level 17, you can run Dead Mines if you're Horde or Alliance. Those are the first 2 dungeons that you'll be able to run. RFC, or Ragefire Chasm, being located in the center of Orgrimmar, so of course it's a Horde dominant dungeon. Good luck if you're a level 14 Alliance trying to get in there. And then Dead Mines, which is again 17 to 21, is located in Westfall in the bottom left corner. So a little more difficult for Horde to get there because it's an Alliance controlled territory, but very possible. And then both will offer a good assortment of gear, and I would recommend running them at least once. And then depending on what faction you're in will depend on if you have quests or not. RFC, of course, having the quest for Horde, and then Dead Mines having the quest for Alliance. And I would just say get in there and give them a go. Number 4. Consider joining a guild. I mean, why not have a group of people willing to help you and lend a hand, not only through the leveling process, but you'll also be able to experience endgame. And you'll not only experience fun through endgame, the challenge of endgame, I should say, together with a guild, but you'll also be able to get the partnership and help from leveling with the guild. And then my best advice for when you consider joining a guild, find one that fits you. Something that fits your playstyle and personality. Otherwise, you might not get along the best with the guild. Remember, you want to enjoy the game. Number 5. Grind. What I mean by grind is you should be killing every mob in between your quests. I'm not saying you have to kill everything in sight, but from point A to point B, you should be killing mobs along the way to help get you extra experience. Because in Classic, you're going to run out of quests way before your max level. So to help make sure you have enough quests and experience to balance everything out as you level, you want to actually kill mobs in between quests. Because some quests will be spread out pretty far apart, and then others will be close together. But killing those extra mobs in between will not only give you extra XP, but loot as well. And it'll help you for sure in the long run as you make your way to endgame, and to make sure that you have more quests to last as you level.
I need to get closer.
Now, this is an example of what I meant by grinding between quest objectives and towns and whatnot. Now, the example I have is of me. I'm going between the camp where I got a couple quests, and then I'm heading out to one of the quest objectives. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill every mob on the way there, and then after the video I'll be also killing every mob back to try to maximize my experience and also get extra loot, etc. Now you can do this extra grinding not only in between quests but also zones, and then definitely you can do it while you're gathering. So if you're going around just mining and getting herbs, I'd be killing things along the way as well, especially if you picked up skinning as well, because that makes it well worth it. You'll make the extra cash in no time. Last but not least, remember, enjoy the game. Just have a good time. Enjoy leveling, even if it takes you a while, or even if you just decide to try to power level through it. Enjoy all the little things that makes Classic classic, and why you came to play the game. Enjoy the time leveling, playing with friends, and then by the time you get endgame, you'll have all kinds of memories, probably even new friends that you helped along the way, and you'll just create a new experience that will last a lifetime. And these are the suggestions I would give to completely new players coming into Classic WoW. And thank you for your time. And if you don't mind, can you please subscribe? It does help out a lot. And I will see you in the next video.